The defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles kick off the 2018 NFL season on Thursday night as they play host to the Atlanta Falcons. Now, this is going to be a fantastic matchup, a rematch of last year's NFC divisional playoffs. Let's take a look at some of the keys to victory for both teams, starting with Atlanta. And I look on the perimeter for the Falcons and see a lot of opportunities for success. Wide receivers Julio Jones, Mohamed Sanu, and rookie Calvin Ridley have the speed, the savvy, and explosiveness to attack all levels of the field. This is an area going up against the Eagles secondary where I believe the Falcons have the advantage and could utilize their passing game to help set up their running game with Devonta Freeman and company, as the Eagles have one of the best front fours in the game. Defensively, they will have to win on the inside. You want to stop the spread, you have to be dominant on the interior of the defensive line. Grady Jarrett, Terrell McClain, and Ricky Deidre-Sinnett will have to be able to do that in this ball game. They'll have their hands full as the Eagles' offensive line is one of the better ones in the NFL. And going back to the offensive side of the ball, I look at offensive coordinator Steve Sarkisian as the potential X factor in this game. We know the Eagles' front four can generate pressure, and it'll be non-stop as well because of the depth that they've cultivated up front. So it'll be important for Sark to find creative ways to neutralize that pressure, whether that's with quick hitters or traps in the running game, dialing up a lot of screens, moving the pocket for Matt Ryan. He'll have to outfox Eagles defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz in this one if Atlanta wants to have a chance to be successful on offense. Moving over to the Eagles in this ball game, and now that we know that Nick Foles has been named the starter for Week 1, the focus now turns to him protecting the football. At times during his run last season and in the preseason, I felt as though Foles got a little lax with the football. The best part about the Eagles' offense last year was its efficiency and productivity, and a big part of that was the fact that they didn't turn the ball over. Philly has to avoid giving the Falcons any life with costly mistakes. I love the Eagles' personnel at tight end. They have two legit game breakers in Zach Ertz and rookie second-round pick Dallas Goedert. This is the matchup advantage offensively that they have against the Falcons. With that said, it would be wise to have these two on the field constantly. With the attention paid to Zach Ertz, that should mean more one-on-one opportunities for rookie Dallas Goedert to do some damage to that Falcons secondary. Also, having these two on the field doesn't take away from the threat of the running game, as both guys are more than capable to hold their own in the run blocking department. Defensively, if the Eagles can replicate the success they had last year in stopping the run, they're going to be excellent once again this season. We know the defensive line will be a big reason for it, but I'll be looking forward to seeing what progress the linebacking core makes this upcoming season. It'll look different this year with no Michael Kendricks and with Nigel Bradham starting off the season suspended. This group, led by Jordan Hicks, will have to step up big against Devonta Freeman in that Falcons ground game. They have to make Atlanta one-dimensional. If you play fantasy football and want my fantasy football analysis, be sure to follow my work on The Athletic by going to the website theathletic.com/fantasy or following on Twitter at TheAthleticFF. And if you're interested in putting a couple shekels on a game, let Gene Clemens, Chris James, and myself give you some top-notch advice on Football Gameplan's podcast, Best Bets. You can find that on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/FBGP podcast or on iTunes by searching Football Game Plan Podcast. I like the Falcons in this game. Look for their passing attack to be the reason why they win this one. Having recent experience of playing against this defense in conjunction with the added weapons on the perimeter in Calvin Ridley and improved play from tight end Austin Hooper and also second-year man Eric Saubert could give the Falcons just enough to knock off the Eagles. Defensively, look for Atlanta's linebackers to have a big day on both ends of defense as the Eagles' offense comes in without a couple of major pieces on the perimeter. I think their defense will be the top story after this one.